Okay, lead's all melted. As you can see, I got that right there on top. I don't have a whole lot of sawdust, but I have some. So I'm not really sure how much you're supposed to put in here. But we're going to start off with about this much. How about that? We're going to put some on top, like that. And I got it. It's probably too hot. From the look of everything, I got it on about 7. I'm going to turn this thing down to about 5 and kind of see where we go from there. A lot of smoke. Just kind of mix that in there. It's gurgling like hell. A lot of smoke, as you can see. Of course, that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to take the carbon and grab all the bad stuff and the lead, from my understanding. Mix it in there real good and let it do its thing. And I don't know how long you're supposed to let it sit, but I can see it kind of igniting a little bit. Mix it a little bit more. And I have mixed this 2 or 3 times. From what I understand, you got to keep it mixing to keep the antimony and the tin mixed in there. And someone had said you can just leave this on top on one of the videos that I watched, and it's on my wall somewhere. I don't remember which one it was. But, and of course you can use candle wax to do this as well. So since they did it that way and everything, and this seems to be doing pretty good there. I've got an old birthday candle. I'm just going to throw that on top. And this is supposed to make it ignite. That's what it's supposed to do. Of course, we don't want too big of ignition. As you can see, I got a shelf here on top. There we go. We got ignition. And of course, you know, I've got the lid here real close by, just in case. We don't want to make any fires or any danger, as best as possible. We don't let that burn. Let's see what we got. Really don't know how long it's supposed to burn either. We're going to find out. I'm thinking a few minutes. But we ain't got enough fire there to catch the shelf on fire, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But, so it seemed to burn, what, about half a minute or so. And I can still see a little sawdust in here that's not burnt. But the lead is looking really, really good there. You can see how shiny silver it's looking. Now I know the lead that I did had a bunch of crap still on top of it, because when I opened this up, you may have seen I had a pretty good film on top. Just because I want to make sure I want some really good lead for what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a little more sawdust on top. Can't hurt. And I'm going to break another little piece of candle off. Then I'm going to throw it on top. And we'll let it do its thing here. I'm glad I got a pan under here, because you can see I'm making a pretty good little mess. Sometimes inexperience is not always the best thing, right? Mix that in there real good. There we go. Always trying to be safe, you know. And I know there's a limit on my length of videos on YouTube, 10 minutes or something like that. I try to keep mine a lot shorter. I just wanted to make sure and cover as much of this as I can. Getting a lot of people ask me a lot of questions on it. And hell, I'm just starting out doing it myself, so I'm learning as I go. Watching some videos, asking a lot of questions. So, a lot of people out there, Chris, Nick, Ron, Dan, Mark, Juddy, of course. And of course, you know, Juddy has his own thing there. Shout out to him. It was J&J Outdoor Adventures or something like that on YouTube and Twitter, and of course the Lee Reloading Group. Juddy does a lot of different things. That's casting, smelting, reloading, hunting, of course, bow, gun, and all that. And actually, before I even started getting into doing any of this stuff, or even got in the group, I didn't relate Juddy as to being the same person as the J&J's Outdoors, but I had already followed him on a couple of things, like YouTube and such. Seems to explain things pretty well, give you a lot of information, especially if you're new like me. Really seems to help you out. So, keep doing your work, Juddy. Do some more work. Cover a lot more on a 300 blackout for us, you know. But this is what we got so far. And I had the mold up here for a long time, getting it hot. But I'm going to set it back up here again on the sprue plate side for a few minutes. Put this lid back on here. And then I'll come back and I'll stir it one more time. And we'll go from there.